Alright. I'm not going to do the Vision Jet. I'm going to do the helicopter. How about we do my favorite? Let's configure this and go to the right variant. There we are. Now we have to go to settings, controls. Yes. General profile, my new helicopter. Looks good. Apparently you saved the aircraft and the controls thing saves with it now, which is nice. Let's do a start flight. This is nice too. You can actually go into SimBrief here and connect it, but then you can go back and actually do your flight plan. You can call up a flight here. You can do a new flight plan. And you don't even have to go into SimBrief in the web browser anymore. You can do it all here and then have it generate the flight. This is freaking awesome. Feature of Flight Simulator 2024. Alright, yes, I do have a camera, but I think the camera is actually causing me issues and causing the whole thing to kind of cut out once in a while, but I'm going to try this without the camera and see if it works. Having said that, I do have a camera. If you can see that with the, and of course I have to actually start it because it does this crap. And then it'll turn on and then the camera will work. But it doesn't always work and it cuts out. So I'm thinking the camera is actually drawing too much power or something. I may have to get a powered USB hub to fix it. So we're going to try it without the camera. And now, of course, the camera's on, so I have to turn it off. Go to the main screen, and the Brio. Properties. Let's go ahead and deactivate it. That works. Wonder if I deactivate it. Well, yeah. Deactivates it, but it keeps it there, so. Hopefully, that gets rid of my USB setup cutting in and out issue. Alright, let's go. We're going to start at Cat K and we're going to fly, well, we're going to start at South Bimini and we're going to fly the 10 miles down to Cat K.
You need to set parking brakes to request ground services.
Yes, when I have a helicopter, I don't have a parking brake, so you can shut up about that. And the reason I'm thinking is the camera, because it only happens when my OBS software is running that I have problems with it. See, MS 2024, you get to walk around stuff, which is nice. You're in South Bimini. And yeah, I got plans for this little airport, but that's in the future. So let's get started here. I did figure out how my instrument cameras work. Isn't that cool? So I can actually hit my keyboards and just go to the instrument camera instead of fooling around all the time with the hat switch and stuff. Alright, let's turn the battery on. Gotta have the battery to start anything. Let's let it do its testing. Let's see if I can turn this up a little bit. There we go, we got all that stuff in. Now we're gonna pretend we did all the checks and everything. I'm just gonna start this thing. Take this off of here. Turn on the startup motor. A little light. Like we really need that. Fuel box is down there. Here we go. let it spin up and turn on the fuel pump. It generally starts you out. Let's turn the anti-collision on since we got the rotors turning now. I'm supposed to have my B key set up for the altitude. Alright, so we're powered that way. Let's turn the fuel pump on. Here we go. Coming up. Generator on. And here we are. Turn the avionics on. Let the Garmin warm up. Taxi lights and landing lights. Toggle switch. Complains if you don't turn the pitot heat on. Turn the fuel pump off once it's powered up. Enter. Pick up the signals here. Come on, let's. I can land if I had floats. This is already on. Didn't. There we go. We're gonna do a direct to MYCC.
I needed you to transfer money. I needed sweatpants. My white ones are getting small on me. The blue ones dry on the ground. And I wear my black ones all the time, so they're never gonna.
And the wind is coming from that way, and it's pretty stiff. Okay, so we're gonna have to put some pretty good twist in here. Turn into the wind a little bit. Here we go. Yeah, this is much better. At least my USB setup hasn't cut out at all. I really think it's the camera doing it. Must be drawing too much power or something. I do not have a powered USB hub. We're coming up on Cat K. That's that island right out in front of us. It's a private yacht club, so it's a private island. And it's very much a gem. It's a hidden gem in the real world, and it's a gem in Flight Simulator 2024 and 2020. If you buy this island, you have some really nice scenery out here. We'll have a little tour around before we land. So this island is about 50 miles east of Miami, Fort Lauderdale. Miami, pretty much Miami, really. And as you can see, it's pretty stunning. You can come in here with a little fixed-wing aircraft, like the Kodiak would be a nice thing to fly in here. The Vision Jet is pushing it. I mean, that is one short airstrip. We'll come around and show you the airstrip. But I don't think you can get a Vision Jet in here, although some people might be able to. I don't know if they do in the real world or not. In FSR-72, any kind of prop plane, little plane, probably do it, but a Vision Jet is pushing it. A TBM 930 is pushing it. Any kind of little flash airplane. I guess you can with the reversers on the GBM, but it's pretty tight little airstrip. As you can see, helicopters can definitely do it. A little cruise ship off the front here. At North Point where the lighthouse was, that's called Honeymoon Cove. We passed over it. It's to the north of the airstrip here. See the airstrip right in front of me? Now, if you ever wanted to fly a helicopter and you find it a little bit hard, treat it like an airplane when you're landing it. Do not try to hover and then come straight down, because you'll fall like a brick. Because you don't really want to fly in your own rotor wash coming down. So basically, when you come down, you descend, you lower the power, and you descend slowly. Kind of treat it like an airplane as you're coming in. You only want to hover basically at the last minute before you touch down when you get in the ground effect. So. So as you can see, I'm kind of treating it like an airplane, so I'm coming down lower and lower. I'm also know from the windsock up there, the wind is coming from this direction. And we're going to have to counter that as we come in here. Not sure there's a windsock down there, but we'll find out, huh? Honeymoon Cove is on the north side of this island. Basically not on the south side where that lighthouse is. But I think it's on the north side of this island. I'm not sure though. Let's get some airspeed. We'll lose some airspeed here. And I am lowering power at the same time I'm kind of pitching up. I don't want to climb, I just want to lower the airspeed. And I'm twisting on the yoke for some tail rotor action to bring it around. But you're still going to have some forward momentum. See, I'm still over 40 knots as you're coming in here, because I'm going to point my nose into the wind. It makes it a lot easier to control your final descent and landing when you're facing the wind. Or at least try and, mostly. Because you do have to counter it. And these helicopters get really harder to control the slower you get. So also adjusting your sensitivity on your throttle stick. I have an actual stick, I don't have a yoke. Helps a lot. See how I'm kind of facing the wind as I'm coming in here? We're going to go into ground effect. I'm going to increase the power just a little bit and settle down. See? And now let's see how I did. Let's look at the outside. Pretty good, huh? I'll take that as a landing. I think the setup works pretty darn good without the camera. Unfortunately, I turned my microphone off because my daughter was talking. And I forgot to turn it back on, sorry. Anyway, this is just a little test video. But like I said, when I come in, treat a helicopter as you land it like an airplane. You have an approach speed. And you want to kind of, what I did is I came around and I pointed into the wind, knowing the direction the wind was blowing, 10 miles north. So I pointed the nose into the wind. That makes it a lot easier to control the craft as it's coming down. But come in horizontally at an angle. Don't try to hover over your spot. Come straight down. Only hover at the last minute when you get in the ground effect. Makes it a lot easier to control. Okay, let's shut down here. First thing you do, go back to flight idle. Let the engine spool down a little bit. If you have the fuel pump on, turn it off. Turn the horn off, or that's going to annoy you. Get your fuel cut off, is right here. And then turn the starter. And the switch should come down. Now this is the rotor brake. You usually wait till it spools down enough and then you pull the rotor brake. Don't pull it in the air, you'll fall out of the sky. But it doesn't work in 2024 for some reason. So I can't pull it no matter what I do. Can't switch it. I can't use my mouse. So anyway, we ignore that. It works in 2020, but not in this one. Turn off the anti-collision and the pitos. We don't need them anymore. I won't turn the battery off. Avionics. And we're done. And we are done. Welcome to Cat K. Nice little bit of paradise out in the Bahamas.